Welcome everyone to the multiplayer guide for Red Faction Guerrilla re-mars-tered, a tutorial with full explanation of both basics and advanced tips and tricks. Let's start with how to maneuver during combat. Aiming. It depends if you aim down sights or shoot from the hip. In Red Faction, shooting from the hip is quite good and the range is pretty strong. However, if you aim down sights with an assault rifle for example, it's easier to shoot the head and make an easy frag. Hipfire is good for mid-range combat and allows you to move around more freely, giving you a chance to dodge incoming enemy fire. Strafing or dodging incoming enemy fire is a good way to assure yourself victory over the opponent. Strafing is moving left or right to put your enemy's aim off guard. Combine this with crouching and jumping and you can really annoy your opponent until they pull out a hair. I'm joking of course, but it's a good way to make it harder for your enemies to hit you. Using cover, be it objects, the floor of the map itself, or another structure. It's a good way to recover lost health or give you an advantage over your enemy who is likely out in the open. As with many games, high ground is advantages. Seek up high places, be it buildings, rocks, mountains, or whatever else you might find. The high ground gives you numerous advantages, such as more cover, sniping spots, and in general it makes you easier for you to hit your enemy and it makes it harder for the enemy to hit you. I will now cover all the backpacks and their uses. Concussion. A backpack that creates a powerful shockwave, sending your enemies flying. Combine this with a hammer, assault rifle, or arc welder and you make quick work of your enemies. The Rhino backpack is quite literally what the name entails, a backpack that charges you forward while making you invincible for a brief second. This can be used just like concussion or to charge straight through a wall or other structure. Fleet foot is the equivalent of sprinting in multiplayer as there is no normal sprinting button in multiplayer. Firepower, a backpack that increases your damage on everything you do. It doesn't matter what weapon you hold, everything is more powerful. The healing backpack is one of the most powerful backpacks. It out-heals firepower and only one shot to the head, rubble crushing down, will be enough to make this backpack useless. Assault rifles, the Enforcer, Peacekeeper, you name it, it won't do anything as long as this heal is active. Stealth, makes you nearly invisible and hard to see from a distance. Jetpack, same use as in single player, it allows you to seek higher ground. Thrust sends you flying upward or downward with high power, sending your opponents flying like Rhino and Concussion do. Holding spacebar will send you flying downward instead. Vision allows you to see through structures and even the ground, unlike the rail driver weapon. I will now list down all weapons and their uses. Arc welder. Use with a jetpack to throw down lightning bolts like Zeus, or use with a tremor and no one will stand in your way. Grinder. Shoots blades in a straight line, fires as quickly as you can pull the trigger, but has a short delay on before it releases a blade. Nano rifle. Vaporizes anything and everything. Best used to clear enemy cover or structures. Proximity mines. Placed in sneaky locations so the enemy doesn't spot them. Can be removed by shooting the mine. Remote charges. Throw and trigger. Does what it does best, explode stuff. Sledgehammer. Good use with fleet foot or stealth. Thermobaric rocket launcher. Causes a massive explosion and can destroy an entire building in one shot. Assault rifle. Standard weapon. Goes well with everything. Enforcer. Good for use with jetpack or tremor. Gauss rifle. Can clear light structures and does slightly more damage than the assault rifle, but its firing rate is a lot slower. Peacekeeper, an automatic shotgun. Pistol. Shoots as fast as you can pull the trigger. Rail driver. Allows you to see and shoot through walls. Works like a sniper rifle but has a short delay between shots. Singularity bombs. Creates a black hole that sucks in everything. Sniper rifle. Good for, well, sniping. And finally, the shotgun, the Marauder equivalent of a Peacekeeper. Delay between shots, but very powerful up close. Map control is super important in Red Faction. With the ever-changing landscape of buildings crushing down and explosions as if you're playing in a Michael Bay movie, It is important to know the map control. Preventing people from acquiring power weapons. Power weapons are weapons such as the infamous rocket launcher, rail driver, or thermobaric rocket launcher. For this, you will need to learn the maps a little bit. Know what spawns where and how long it takes before some items respawn. Red Faction is a classic arena stealth shooter, so as items are picked up, they respawn over time. If you or your enemy picked up a rocket launcher, make it a habit to come back to that same location after a short while it was picked up, to acquire the next power weapon. Power weapons dictate the battlefield, so it's wise to keep an eye on them. Once you kill your enemy, the weapon they were carrying at the time will be dropped. A small tip from a veteran Red Faction player: if you have a rocket launcher and are about to die with 1 HP, switch to another weapon, preferably the hammer, so your enemy can't steal your power weapon. Backpacks work almost the same. Every backpack spot has 3 of a certain backpack stored on its pedestal. Both visually and the dots above the pedestal on your UI show how many backpacks are on that pedestal. Backpacks won't return to the pedestal unless the player equipped with said backpack dies or switches to another backpack from a different pedestal. Using destruction to your advantage. I already covered this a bit earlier, but I'll go over this again briefly. Destruction is your friend in this game. You have an assault rifle and you shoot someone who then goes behind a wall to recover. No problem. Use remote charges or other explosive weapons to blow up that wall and your enemy. Pillars and other large objects can be used to make stuff like bridges, or of course you can use them as weapons and rain down rubble or the entire building to crush your enemy. I hope you enjoyed the video and that you learned something today. See you on the battlefield.
This is Admiral Cobell of the EDS Hydra. What is your status?
Just fine, Admiral, but yours is about to go red.
Who is this?
The voice of Mars.
Watch out, watch out, watch out!